All right, let's settle one of the biggest debates in all of sports. Who is the single best basketball player on the planet right now, today?
It's a question that gets argued about constantly, but lately, a real consensus has started to take shape. Looking at this past season, it's become pretty clear that three players have just separated themselves from the rest of the pack.
And this isn't just about who scores the most points. No, this is a clash of styles. We're talking about a pure offensive artist, a completely overwhelming force of nature, and a basketball mastermind who just controls everything on the court. So let's count them down.
Kicking things off at number 3, we have the offensive genius of his generation, Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks.
This quote really hits the nail on the head. When you're talking about pure, raw offensive talent, the creativity, the ability to get a bucket whenever your team absolutely needs it the most, there are very few players in history who have ever been on his level.
But here's the thing. It's how he does it that's so special. Luka's game isn't about being the fastest or jumping the highest. It's a masterclass in skill, in changing speeds, and in pure deception. He's just a wizard in those high-pressure clutch moments. He's an elite scorer, an elite playmaker, and an elite ball handler, all rolled into one unbelievable package.
And if you want a number to back that up, just look at this. He's been averaging over 33 points per game. I mean, think about that. That is an insane offensive load to carry on your shoulders night after night.
So, you might be asking, if his offense is that good, why is he at number 3? Well, it all comes down to the other end of the floor, defense. While Luka's offense is truly legendary, his defensive impact just isn't quite on the same tier as the two guys ranked ahead of him. And those two, well, they're elite on both sides of the ball.
All right, let's move on up to our number 2 spot. We're talking about the two-way force, the Milwaukee Bucks' own Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, if Luka is the artist, Giannis is an absolute force of nature. This quote captures it perfectly. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, in basketball with his ridiculous combination of size, speed, and raw power.
And you see that dominance everywhere. On offense, he's basically a freight train going to the basket. But what really puts him in this top tier is his defense. He is one of the very few players alive who can legitimately guard every single position on the court, from the quickest little guards to the biggest centers. It's incredible.
And that's exactly what we mean when we use the term two-way player. It's not just being okay at offense and defense. It's about being truly, truly elite at both. And that elite two-way impact is what gives him the edge over our number 3 guy.
So why isn't this physical marvel sitting at number 1? It really comes down to a very subtle distinction. While his offense is absolutely devastating, it's just a little less versatile when it comes to shooting and pure playmaking compared to the one man standing at the top of the mountain.
And that brings us to number 1. The best player in the world right now is Nikola Jokic, the center for the Denver Nuggets. We're calling him the ultimate playmaker.
And that right there is the key phrase, total control. This isn't just about scoring a lot or playing great defense. It's about his uncanny ability to dictate every single thing that happens on the basketball court, from the center position, in a way we have literally never seen before. And here's the one stat that proves it, the one that just breaks your brain. He's averaging nearly 11 assists per game as a center. To put that in perspective, that's a number that elite point guards worked their whole careers to achieve. For a center to do it, it's just completely unheard of.
So how does he achieve this total control? Well, it's because he combines 4 elite skills into one unstoppable package. He's an elite scorer, he's an elite rebounder, he passes the ball like the best point guard in the league, and he does all of it with this ridiculous, mind-bending efficiency. He almost never wastes a single play.
At the end of the day, Nikola Jokic has completely changed what it means to be a center in the NBA. He's basically a point guard in a center's body. And his total impact on every facet of the game, scoring, passing, rebounding, is simply unmatched by anyone else playing today. So there you have it, the artist, the force, and the mastermind. Let's just do a quick recap and look at why these 3 specific guys are so far ahead of everybody else.
This chart lays it all out perfectly. You've got Luka, the offensive genius. You've got Giannis, the two-way physical force. And you've got Jokic, the ultimate playmaker with total game control. Each one is dominant, but in their own completely unique way. And together, they represent something even bigger. They show us how much the game of basketball has evolved. It's not about being a point guard or a center anymore. It's about skill, it's about versatility, and it's about basketball intelligence.
Right now, these 3 are the undisputed kings of the court. But we all know how sports work.
Every reign has to end eventually. Which leaves us with one last big question to chew on. Who's next?